I'm not sure what he's going to say since he talked about Cam Newton in the A block. But
here's ammo.
Marcellus, I'm going to you first. Is SuperCam back despite the loss?
Yes, SuperCam is back, as we saw in that celebration that he had in one of his touchdowns, one of his 3 touchdowns. That Cam Newton gave it up for Wakanda and for SuperCam being back. Respect. You got to put this in context as well. Cam Newton, second game as a New England Patriot. New system, new head coach, new offense coordinator, new everywhere around, right? And then you don't even have your security blanket in your second outing because James White missed a game because of his father passing. And you get a situation like that and you're Cam Newton, a lot can go wrong for you, but a lot went right for Cam Newton. Went out there, Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP. Julian Edelman, the same guy that some say is a Hall of Famer going forward, had a career day. Julian Edelman had the most receiving yards he's had in his entire NFL career. In Cam Newton's second game. So let me just pass this baton to somebody who's going to be ignorant enough to tell me that SuperCam is not back. But from what I saw yesterday, 1 yard away from beating Russell Wilson, who nearly had a perfect game. Oh, yeah, SuperCam is in the building.
Sir, I dare not utter a word saying SuperCam not to be back. I'm with you. Cam Newton is the one person who can bring Marcellus and I together on this show today. SuperCam is back. Let's keep it 100 right now. So Cam Newton had the most passing yards he's had since his first 2 weeks of 2011. Woo. 2011 was his rookie season. This is his second game with the Patriots. Cam Newton had, 15 rushing attempts last week. That's the second most attempts, again, if I'm not mistaken, that Cam Newton's ever had in his career. Cam Newton has shown me this. If you want to run the ball and be dominant, he can do that. If you want to pass the ball and be dominant, he can do that as well. Remember, Cam Newton hasn't been with this offense, with this system for more than 4 months. And Cam is already out here balling. The Seahawks right now look like the best team in the NFL. The Patriots went on the road to Seattle. Fans or no fans, you still got to travel across the coast to Seattle and took them down to the wire. If the whole city had not been at the goal line trying to stop Cam Newton, he would have gone into the end zone. So SuperCam is in without a doubt back. And I'm excited to see it because so many teams passed up on Cam Newton. So many teams said Cam Newton didn't have it. So many teams said Cam Newton might just be a rental type of quarterback, one and done, a plug, a gap stopper. No, Cam Newton is back, and he's here to stay.
Interesting. Shouts out to all my Tongan Nation people and my Polynesian people. The beauty about when you go to a cookout with them, they cook the entire pig. We like getting the ribs. We like getting the leg. But this Cam Newton topic has so much meat to it that it kind of reminds me of going to one of those type of deals where, you can pick and choose where you want to get your meat from, and it's all good because it's been prepared a certain way and it had love connected to it, right? It was the B block, by the way, Mr. Acho.
Yeah,
we're starting with looking at details of things that are being said. I was not in the A block. I was in the B block when I shot off my ammunition about Mr. Cam Newton. But here's the thing. There's so much meat on that bone that I can go to this. In the biggest moment of Cam Newton's career, which, by the way, yes, not only is SuperCam back and has shown that SuperCam is back, but he's SuperCam Wakanda forever back right now. He may be better than the Cam that we saw in North Carolina. And I'm just looking at what we saw last night against one of the premier teams in the National Football League. And with 80 yards to go, Cam marches them down in a 1-minute drill, not a 2-minute drill. It's a 1-minute drill. Takes them all the way down to a situation where destiny was staring him and this New England Patriots new look team in the face. They came up short. But what I will say is when I watched Cam, here were the questions that I was very, very adamant about before we saw him become the starter of this team, before we saw him in a game was, can he stay healthy? Can he adjust and adapt to the system that Bill Belichick and McDaniel and those guys are going to put in front of him? Can he be a leader? Can he fit in? Those were my 4 main things that I'm looking at in Cam. He showed us that in week 1, but it was against the team that we were like, okay, Miami, I'm not going to go there yet. But against Seattle, we saw leadership. We saw poise. We saw composure. And we saw execution and he did not fail or disappear and duck in one of the biggest moments of the season so far. So he's absolutely back.
Yeah, look, I'm going to give you guys an example in my real life that this shows me what Cam is going through right now. And it's an interesting example, a little lighthearted. This Patriots system, it's a Tesla. And let me give it to you guys. You brought it up, LaVar. All of the issues or concerns or question marks we have with Cam Newton were about the intangibles, not the tangibles, because he has talent in droves. Like, he's just, have y'all ever met Cam Newton? People out there watching, some of y'all have seen him, autograph seekers, whatever the hell. He makes athletes be like, yo, I don't know what he did. I don't know what line he stood in, but goodness, he got back in the line for a healthy scoop of his talent level. But the intangibles, the buy-in, the trust, that was the conversation. And we all know that usually takes time. Oh, not with Cam Newton. Now, let's talk about this Tesla, because Tesla is known for being an amazing vehicle, but I can tell you the best feature it has is this self-driving capability. I literally prepare some of my notes while I'm on the freeway. I ain't got to pay attention. I don't have to do jack. Like, it's driving me to work. And I'm not saying this to brag, because anybody with any level of finances, if you can get a Tesla, get a Tesla.
That's a humble brag. It's a humble brag. It's all right, though.
I flex a little bit. Here's the thing.
It's okay.
But the self-driving doesn't work as soon as you take it off the lot. You know why? The sensors have to calibrate. They have to know your world, and they want to know your driving capabilities, et cetera, et cetera. So there's just intelligence and communication going back and forth. And those sensors must configure. But then all of a sudden you get a boop, and it tells you, we're ready. Now, once it's ready, the system's ready, do you trust it as the driver? I ain't gonna lie, it took me weeks.
That's the biggest.
It
that's
took
the
me
biggest
weeks.
piece of it. Talk to him, Marcellus.
I know that's not supposed to work, but I'm on the freeway like, oh, hell no, I ain't doing no work. I'm 10 to 2, like the police behind me. I'm 10 to 2. And then all of a sudden, finally, you get to a point. You're like, you know what? It is working. Every time the sensors go off, it tells me exactly what I need to know. But then, what happens? My wife, who also has a Tesla, gets in my car while I'm driving. Here we go. Guess what?
Teslas?
2 Teslas, 3 actually. But here's the thing. Here's my wife. Here she goes. Every time she sees a car. Oh, baby, you're not paying attention. Baby, it's driving this. Oh, baby, you have one. She needs to trust me. That needs to trust the system. The teammates still got to buy into you, Cam, as they buy into the system.
You went there.
And guess what, y'all? It takes time.
Come on.
But it usually going to take just 2 weeks for Cam Newton and that Tesla.